Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning, and things just didn't look quite right? Not terrible. Just a little off. Maybe the room looks a little fuzzier. Maybe reading the newspaper feels like more of a chore than it used to. You rub your eyes, blink a few times, and try to brush it off. You tell yourself, maybe I just didn't sleep well. But deep down, something doesn't sit right. What if, without even realizing it, your eyesight is quietly slipping away, while you sleep? Now, I know that sounds scary. But here's the thing, you're not alone. Most seniors experience some kind of change in their vision as they age. It doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in little by little, and before you know it, you're squinting at menus, struggling with small print, or avoiding night driving altogether. But what if I told you that there's something simple, something gentle, you can do about it? No pills. No expensive treatments. No complicated routines. Just a warm, soothing drink before bed. Sounds too easy, doesn't it? But sometimes, the answers we're looking for don't come in big bottles or fancy clinics. Sometimes, they come in a teacup. Yes, really. Because as we grow older, your body, and especially your eyes, start to need a different kind of support. Not just rest, but repair. And there are certain natural ingredients that have been quietly helping people heal for generations. Soothing your nerves. Nourishing your eyes. Helping you sleep deeper, and wake up seeing clearer. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through 4 powerful bedtime drinks that can help support your eyesight as you sleep. One of them is probably already sitting in your kitchen cabinet. Another one might be something you've never even considered, but once you hear what it does for your eyes, you'll never look at it the same again. And no, this isn't magic. It's science. It's tradition. It's wisdom. The kind that's been passed down quietly through generations, but often forgotten in today's rush of modern medicine. So stick with me. Because by the end of this video you'll not only know what these drinks are, but you'll understand why they work, and how to start using them tonight. Now, before we dive in, can I ask you to do something simple? If you care about protecting your vision, if you believe that growing older shouldn't mean giving up your clarity, just type "clear vision" in the comments below. That one little comment tells me you're here, you're engaged, and you're ready to take charge of your health. And if this kind of caring, calm, and practical advice speaks to you, hit that subscribe button and join our community here at Elderly Wisdom Guide. Because every day, we talk about the things that really matter: your health, your mind, your peace of heart, and how to live your later years with strength, clarity, and grace. Alright. Let's begin with something that feels like a warm hug at the end of the day. Warm saffron milk. Now, don't let the name fool you, it's not just some fancy recipe from a cooking show. This is a quiet secret that grandmothers in parts of the world have passed down for centuries. And today, it just might be the bedtime ritual your eyes have been waiting for. Picture this. Betty is 72. A retired schoolteacher with a gentle smile and a habit of falling asleep with her reading glasses still on. She loved her nightly novels, but more and more lately, she found herself squinting, rubbing her eyes, setting her book down early because of the strain. She figured it was just normal aging. Until one night, her granddaughter made her something different, just a small cup of warm milk, infused with a few delicate threads of saffron. Betty had never been one for herbal remedies, as she called them, but she gave it a try. Night after night. Just a few sips before bed. Within a couple of weeks, something started to shift. Her eyes didn't feel so dry anymore. The strain she felt reading tiny print began to fade. And one morning, halfway through her crossword puzzle, she looked down and chuckled. She had forgotten to put on her glasses. Now, what's really going on here? This isn't just a cozy bedtime drink. There's real science behind it. Saffron, especially the kind used in natural medicine, contains a compound called crocin. Crocin is a powerful antioxidant. One that's been shown in several clinical studies to protect the retina, improve blood flow to the eyes, and slow down age-related macular degeneration. That's a fancy way of saying, it helps keep the part of your eye that controls sharpness and detail functioning properly, even as you age. Now pair that with warm milk, which contains tryptophan, a natural amino acid that helps you sleep better, and you've got a 2-for-1. You're helping your eyes rest and repair while improving your sleep quality. But here's the thing. Most people overlook this drink. They think milk is just for bones. And saffron? They assume it's just a spice to sprinkle over rice. Or worse, they dismiss it because it sounds too exotic or too expensive. But here's the truth, you don't need much. Just a pinch, 2 or 3 threads of saffron, steeped gently in warm milk. Don't boil it. Don't rush it. Just let it steep while you wind down for the night. And if you really want to boost it, add a tiny pinch of turmeric for extra anti-inflammatory benefits. It's simple. It's soothing. And your eyes? They'll thank you for it. Now, as healing and luxurious as saffron milk can be, the next drink is something completely different. It's quiet, overlooked, and often seen as just another tea. But it might be the most powerful combination for relaxing tired eyes and feeding them the antioxidants they crave. Blueberry and chamomile tea. Now at first glance, that might just sound like a calming nighttime drink. Something you sip to relax, wind down, and drift off into sleep. But when it comes to your eyes, this little blend does more than soothe. It restores. Let me tell you about Thomas. He's 75, a retired gardener who spent most of his life working under the sun. Sharp man. Steady hands. But after years of squinting in bright light and bending over flower beds, Thomas started to notice the world around him becoming a little blurrier. Not blind, just hazy. The fine lines of the leaves he used to trim with care weren't as crisp. He'd wake up with tired eyes and go to bed feeling like sand was trapped behind his eyelids. He told his wife about it one evening, not thinking much of it. But she, being the thoughtful soul she is, started making him a special tea every night. Chamomile, steeped with a few fresh blueberries. At first, he thought it was just for relaxation. But after a few weeks, Thomas said something shifted. He slept deeper. Woke up with eyes that didn't burn or ache. And when he looked out at his garden in the morning light, he said it looked a little more alive again. Now, that's not just a feel-good story. There's real truth behind what was happening inside his body. Let's break it down. Blueberries. Those tiny blue gems are loaded with compounds called anthocyanins. These antioxidants are known to protect the retina, enhance circulation, and reduce oxidative stress on the eyes. Think of anthocyanins as little soldiers, guarding the blood vessels in your eyes and helping maintain clear, healthy vision. And then there's chamomile, a flower most people use only for sleep. But chamomile is more than a gentle sedative. It relaxes the nervous system, reduces inflammation, and most importantly, it supports deep, uninterrupted sleep, which is when your body does its most powerful repairing work. And yes, that includes repairing the delicate cells in your eyes. But here's the catch. Most folks drink chamomile on its own. Nothing wrong with that. But when you combine it with something like blueberry, that's when the magic happens. The chamomile helps your body calm down and absorb the nutrients. And the blueberries deliver what your eyes have been desperately needing. Still, there are some common mistakes. A lot of people add sugar or sweet syrups thinking it'll taste better. But sugar, especially at night, can spike your blood pressure, cause inflammation, and even dry out your eyes. So avoid it if you can. Instead, try this. Brew a cup of chamomile tea. Add a handful of crushed fresh blueberries, or a splash of unsweetened blueberry juice. And let it steep for about 5 to 7 minutes. Strain it. Sip it slowly. And feel your eyes relax as the rest of your body follows. Now, the first 2 drinks we've talked about are gentle, comforting. But this next one? This one might surprise you. It's something most people write off as just a detox trend. But more and more seniors are finding it helps with eye pressure, inflammation, and that tight, tired feeling behind the eyes. Aloe Vera and Cucumber Elixir. Let me tell you about Joyce. She's 68. Loves crossword puzzles, knitting, and watching the sunrise from her porch every morning. But a few months ago, something changed. Her vision started to feel tense. Not just blurry, pressured. She went in for a checkup, and the diagnosis was one that many older adults quietly fear: high intraocular pressure. An early warning sign of glaucoma, a condition that can sneak up and steal your sight before you even know it's happening. Of course, her doctor prescribed medication. And she followed it faithfully. But Joyce also believed in doing what she could, naturally. So she started reading, asking questions, exploring traditional remedies. And that's when she found something surprisingly simple: aloe vera and cucumber. She began drinking a small glass every night. Not because someone told her to, but because something about it felt right. Light. Clean. Cooling. At her next eye appointment, the pressure had gone down. Her doctor leaned back, raised an eyebrow, and said, "Whatever you're doing, Joyce, keep doing it." So, what's behind this simple, green elixir? Let's start with aloe vera. Now, most people think of it as a gel for sunburns or an ingredient in skin creams. But aloe, real, fresh aloe from the plant, is packed with vitamins, enzymes, and most importantly, antioxidants that help protect your retinal cells from stress and degeneration. It's soothing to the gut, yes. But it's also deeply supportive to the tissues behind your eyes. And then there's cucumber. Hydrating. Cooling. Naturally anti-inflammatory. Cucumber is more than just a crunchy slice on your salad. It's loaded with silica, vitamin K, and water, lots of water, which helps flush out toxins and calm down inflammation in sensitive tissues like the ones around your eyes. Now put them together. And what you get is a gentle detoxifying drink that cools the nervous system, hydrates the eyes, and helps regulate the fluid pressure inside them. Still, here's the part most people miss. They think aloe juice is only for digestion. And cucumbers? Just a garnish. But what they don't realize is that these 2 ingredients, when blended and taken consistently at night, go beyond digestion. They work at a cellular level, cooling, restoring, reducing strain. So, here's how to make it. Take half a cucumber, peeled if you like. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh aloe vera gel, preferably straight from the plant, not the store-bought stuff full of preservatives. Blend it with a splash of water, just enough to help it mix smoothly. Strain it if the texture's too thick for you. And drink it cool or at room temperature, about 30 minutes before bed. It won't taste sweet. But it will feel clean. You'll feel it cooling your chest, calming your stomach, and, over time, supporting your tired eyes from the inside out. And remember, this isn't an overnight miracle. It's a gentle habit. But like most things that matter in life, it's the quiet, consistent routines that often bring the deepest healing. Now, of all the drinks we've talked about so far, this next one is the simplest. You've probably had it before. You might even have it in your kitchen right now. But when it comes to eye health, it has a hidden strength most people completely overlook. Warm lemon water with honey. Now, I know, lemon water isn't exactly new. Some drink it first thing in the morning. Some think of it as a detox trick. But what if I told you, drinking it at night, just before bed, with a touch of raw honey, could do more for your eyes than you ever imagined? Let me introduce you to Frank. Frank's 79. A retired librarian with a deep love for mystery novels and an even deeper love for routine. Every morning, he drank a glass of lemon water like clockwork. But as time went on, he started noticing that his eyes felt dry. Not painful, just uncomfortable, itchy at night, sometimes red in the morning. He chalked it up to age, the weather, maybe too much reading. But one evening, his daughter, who had been learning about holistic remedies, suggested he switch the timing. Same lemon water. But instead of drinking it in the morning, he added a teaspoon of raw honey, and sipped it at night. At first, he didn't think much of it. But after about 2 weeks, he noticed a difference. That dry, scratchy feeling in his eyes? Gone. He wasn't rubbing his eyes before bed anymore. And by the 3rd week, he told his daughter, "You might be onto something here." Now, let's talk about why this works. It's not magic. It's biology. Lemons are rich in vitamin C, which isn't just good for your immune system, it's crucial for collagen production. And collagen, as you might know, helps maintain the structure of your eyes, especially the cornea and retina. Then there's the honey, and not just any honey. Raw, local honey. This type of honey is full of antioxidants and has natural anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. It helps reduce oxidative stress, one of the key contributors to eye tissue damage as we age. But that's not all. Together, warm lemon water and honey do something powerful at night. They gently flush out toxins, support liver detox, and reduce the systemic inflammation that can build up in places we don't often think about. Like the soft, sensitive tissues behind your eyes. And yes, I know some folks are hesitant. Isn't citrus too acidic for nighttime? That's a common belief, but here's the truth: when lemon juice is diluted properly in warm water, not hot, not cold, it actually becomes alkalizing in the body. It soothes digestion. It supports liver function. And a healthy liver plays a direct role in keeping your blood, and by extension, your eyes, clear and nourished. So how do you do it? It's simple. Take a cup of warm water, not boiling. Add the juice of half a fresh lemon. Then stir in 1 teaspoon of raw, unprocessed honey, preferably local, if you can find it. Stir gently. Sip it slowly about an hour before bed. Don't rush it. Make it a ritual. Let your body wind down while this gentle blend works behind the scenes, helping your liver, calming inflammation, and setting the stage for clearer, more refreshed eyes in the morning. And remember, sometimes it's not about doing more. It's about doing the right things, consistently, gently, and with purpose. Now that you've discovered these 4 powerful drinks, let's pause for a moment. Because this goes deeper than just ingredients and antioxidants. Let's talk about why this really matters, not just for your eyes, but for your sense of independence, your confidence, and the way you experience the world around you. Close your eyes for a moment, and imagine waking up tomorrow not straining to read the newspaper. Not blinking to clear that cloudy blur. Not squinting to recognize the face of someone you love. Because eyesight, true eyesight, is more than just vision. It's connection. To the smile of your grandchild. To the handwritten letters tucked away in an old drawer. To the shape of the world that holds your history. When it begins to fade, even just a little, it can feel like you're losing pieces of yourself. Pieces that once felt permanent. Pieces that hold your identity. And yet, here's the truth, you are not powerless. Aging doesn't mean surrendering to decline. It means listening more closely to what your body needs, making choices that may seem small, but in time, reveal themselves to be transformative. These drinks we've talked about, they're not trends. They're tools. Tools for restoration. For nourishment. For hope. So tonight, don't feel overwhelmed. Just choose one. Just one small act of care before bed. Warm saffron milk for circulation. Blueberry and chamomile tea for rest and repair. Aloe and cucumber elixir to ease pressure. Or warm lemon water with honey, to gently clear what your eyes no longer need. Try it. And tomorrow morning, notice. Notice how your eyes feel. How you feel. Because every time you do, you're not just supporting your sight, you're reaffirming something deeper. That you still have control. That healing is still possible. That aging can be graceful, not fearful. And you don't have to do it alone. Not here. Not now. We're walking this path together. And I promise you, your body is listening. It's ready. And with just a little help, your vision, your clarity, and your confidence can come back into focus. Let's take a moment to gently recap what we've shared today. For simple, nourishing drinks to support your eyesight while you sleep. 1. Warm saffron milk, to improve circulation and reduce retinal stress. 2. Blueberry and chamomile tea, for antioxidant repair and calming the nervous system. 3. Aloe vera and cucumber elixir, to cool the body and reduce eye pressure. 4. Warm lemon water with honey, to detoxify, moisturize, and soothe eye tissue. Each one is gentle. Each one is safe. And each one offers its own unique support to your beautiful, aging eyes. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these drinks have you already tried? Which one will you start with tonight? Let me know in the comments. Because your experience might just be the encouragement someone else needs to start their journey too. And if this video gave you something valuable, a new idea, a bit of peace, or just a warm reminder that you're not alone, please tap the like button. It helps this message reach other seniors who are searching for the same gentle care. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Elderly Wisdom Guide. This is your space for calm advice, practical health tips, and aging with purpose and dignity. Because here, you're not just a viewer. You're part of a community. So until next time, stay calm. Stay curious. And remember, healing doesn't stop with age. Sometimes, it begins with a single sip before bed. Good night, and take care.